And it was so difficult for her. Nobody was around.
Tangulia mbele yetu
preach the gospel of Jesus. Tema from Joroge Wajenga.
For this past, that was so close to us, and somebody who, and and so many more. When I first met him, we were at Liberty Middle School in 8th grade, and see a side of him that going to work and always showing up every morning to take him to work at 10 o'clock in the morning, just right in front of his mom's house. Franklin, if I were to just be don't do that. He's so many encounters and so many situations back in 8th grade, and I never met Grace. I never saw her. I never even heard what her voice sounded like and what she would be like and how she acted, and knocking on his door, and but I was kind of caught by surprise, because starting that vending machine and so many people now, music I've heard, his was the only music that actually said something and that actually had a meaning behind it. Despite everything else that was said that everybody didn't say. And in any situation that anybody put him in, he always found a way to make any when you didn't even think there was going to be any. On Thursday after that Wednesday that he passed, when I even picture what that boy was thinking, for someone abilities in his life, he always, and for me, that was something never able to still have that, and I never understood why and then this one day I was heading to his house, and I was like, this is not a funny pay part of that ticket, and I couldn't take that history with other people than he did with me. He still always made it so important to let me know that he was there in any situation, even when he didn't. That's so important. You should always, even when you find yourself in the worst situation or find yourself around people that you don't even like, you should always make it important to let them know that it's still good to let everybody know. But there was this one day, we were in the car, and he was anything. And I started realizing, I personally don't like warm water. It happens like that. So I was going to do it. Then one day I showed up in the car, and he just stood outside and used to say about him and so many good memories that we can all. Like I've told Jade, be here to watch, continue on, and live his name on to the best we can. So with that being said, thank you.
Next.
To be honest, I don't know where to start, because me and Frank had so many good memories from kindergarten. And, I lost my best friend. I lost my get him one day because he was there. I used to be playing in the same state, in the same neighborhood. It's so sad that somebody so great had to be taken from us at this time. He was only 16. I'm gonna try to do right by the name I left, and that loyalty comes over blood. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Next, Kevin. If you're ready, give me a signal.
Hi, my name is Kevin. Me and Frank weren't the closest of friends, but he was like a brother to me. 2 years apart, but even though I didn't know him for too long, he was a really close person in my family. His relationship with my mom was really. My mom and Frank always hanged out with each other, and he always made jokes of her that I didn't understand, but my mom always laughed at. And he managed to teach me a lot about working out and going out and getting a job and stuff. He always complained that, what are you doing, playing games all day? He always found like that. I used to live with him for a couple weeks while my mom was busy, and that time was really nice just because Grace made some made some space in her house, and Frank was always there to warm me up with a game of Street Fighters or something like that. It's really nice, especially because during nights we would go outside and try to, play games and stuff, like, I forgot, just like run around and stuff. His death really hurt. It really hurt because I thought of him as a person to grow up with. I always thought that like me and Frank would be side to side, like when I would, like, I'm entering college right now, and I thought of him as a person who I'd see behind me, just like a person who I would go to his graduation, or a person I would like just be able to be there with him, and just knowing how young he died really messed me up for a while. When I first heard of his death, it was really hard for me to believe it, just because like it was Frank, He was somebody who was close by, but somebody who you couldn't imagine without, and it really gave me a lot of time to think about the people who are around me, and the people who I can visit, or the people I can see. I just want to say that like Frank didn't deserve this. Like, in the bottom of my heart, I want to say I'm sorry, Grace. That like, kids these days have to be afraid about going outside. That, your son had to die, and if your son became a statistic, and that, black kids these days, our lives matter, and everyone deserves the ability to live and the ability to do what they want. The ability to grow up and the ability to just see. Please be well. Thank you.
Give a good hand clap for all the friends that helped Frank. Those are the friends that Frank shared with. And we can see how Pon Mr. Joroge Wajega to give us a piece of music as he encourages, and please make sure there is no empty seat to your right. To your right, make sure there is no empty seat. We still have so many people outside there who just want to get in and sit. So if there is no one to your right, kindly, we just request that kindly. Karibu sana mtumishi.
Bwana asifiwe.
Amen.
We are here because we are celebrating the life of Frank. Ni marafiki zangu sana, and it's so unfortunate that we are losing a very young life. Bwana asifiwe. The song says that the Lord is all with us. No matter what, people may forsake you, leave you.
Put your hands together for that young man, Mr. Joroga Wajega. We are proud of you. You make us proud in the far land of Washington. The song says that Jesus will never forsake us. It's time for Cora Marik, Tina, and Hudson. Tina, Marik. Tina, we start with Cora. Welcome. Tina, be ready, then Hudson, in that order. Thank you.
Praise God. Hi, my name is Kola, for those of you that don't know me. I'm kind of like an uncle to Franklin, and my son Matthias, here at Franklin, kind of got close through church and kind of through hanging out, kind of deep. And so my son, comes up and says, "Hey, Dad, I want you to meet my new friend." And he's like, "Hello, nice to meet you." And I'm just like, when he came over to visit with us and hang out, he would say, like, "Hey, may I have some more watermelon, please, sir? And about something to eat." Like about something to eat. Like his teacher said, he was about his snacks. I cut up a watermelon, man, and my son and Frank at him. They was putting it away. Food up, man, come on, that's what it's for. And we wake up, he'd spend the night, and we wake up and he'd say, "Mr. Cola, do you think you can make your pancakes again?" I say, "Yeah, Franklin, I can make pancakes again." And Franklin loved my pancakes. I mean, all my kids' friends love love my pancakes. But man, we would just, Franklin would hang out with us. My son had, we were just very selective over who we would let our son kind of have that. Really, really, like he and my son just bonded. And Franklin was just a great kid. He had a great spirit about him. And so we were very comfortable with Franklin. So he came over to the house and was over there quite a bit. We took him to Great Wolf Lodge, take Franklin wherever my son felt comfortable with Gene and Franklin, and they was just like a little crew, hanging out and running together. And Franklin would go on stage with my son and perform with him. And Miss Grace was so kind to allow him to be a part of all that. And